Well, interestingly, I first met Pat when I was a fourth-year undergraduate student, and I was quite heavily involved in inter-college athletics. And one of the responsibilities that Pat took on when she arrived as a new faculty member was as associate coordinator of inter-college athletics.
I first met Pat in 1977 as a really young student in the School of Physical Education. She was of great help to me in a lot of the courses that I took with her.
From the moment I met Pat, she was a passionate motivator. At the time, in the 1980s, Pat was the president of Synchro Canada, and she marched up to a group of young teenagers on the pool deck and told us that if we wanted to pursue our athletic aspirations to be on the national team and compete internationally, that we had to have both an academic and an athletic plan.
She is the longest serving athletic director at the institution. And aside from that, she was a real supporter of women in sport. And so her contributions go above and beyond just being a director.
Pat was the coordinator who brought the men's athletics program and the women's athletics program together into one inter-university program. She introduced the sport evaluation process that I think is still in place. She was the impetus for the Pepsi deal that brought us the stadium fieldhouse in Alumni Stadium and new scoreboards in all of our facilities, as well as the Varsity Sport Achievement Awards for student athletes.
She coached the women's synchronized swimming team for 21 years. She coached the badminton team for 4 years. She served as the coordinator of men's athletics, the coordinator of women's athletics, and coordinator of recreation during sabbaticals or whenever there were gaps in some of the appointments. So she really had a great breadth of experience.
We had a number of accomplishments that really reflected her vision. We had 6 provincial championships in synchronized swimming for York University, and at that time there was not a national championship for synchronized swimming. Pat was responsible during her tenure at Synchro Canada as the president for 4 Olympic medals during her 4-year tenure, and she was materially responsible for 8 in a 12-year time period between 1984 and the year 2000.
She was on the Canadian Olympic Council, and as a result of some of the work that she did through that council, through some of the groups she worked at York, and through the CIS and OWIAA, she was actually named the 1999-2000 National Association of Collegiate Directors of Athletics Athletic Director of the Year.
Pat always had ideas on how to move athletics forward, but I would say her greatest focus was on the athlete experience.
She would go out of her way to help them, whether it was a financial need, whether it was a need in an academic class, or whether it was just they needed to be bolstered up or supported as they went on with their athletic endeavors. So I used to see her all the time, going to events, cheering them on, helping them when they were down, and celebrating their successes.
When the OUA introduced athletic scholarships, she negotiated with senior university management to establish 25 elite entrance scholarships for York athletes, and that really was to try to keep us competitive with other universities in the province.
Pat was also on the licensing board at the university, and she did that as an opportunity to promote athletics across the institution so that more people could see what skilled athletes, coaches, and officials that we have.
Over the course of her 40-year career, Pat has mentored hundreds of women. But I think her greatest art is that she has been present for us as athletes for every win, loss, or foul in our lives. She's been there for weddings, birth of babies, loss of spouses, big milestones in our career, and we have really valued that. I know on a personal level, Pat has just been fearless in her mentorship. When I was applying for medical school, guess who called me at 10 o'clock at night the night before my interview to set me straight and make sure that I was going to get through the interview process? That was Pat.
Pat, we worked together for about 12 years. I've known you as a student, I've known you as a co-worker, and now as a friend. You care deeply about the people, and it shows in everything you do. What an outstanding choice for induction into the Sport Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Pat, it is fitting that you are being honored as an inductee into the Sports Hall of Fame this evening. We wish to acknowledge your yeoman service, your passion for the sport of synchronized swimming, and the special place you have in our hearts. Thank you and congratulations.
Pat, when I see the names of the women who have been leaders in sport at York over the last 5 decades who are in the York University Sport Hall of Fame, the likes of Mary Lyons, Marina van der Merwe, Carol Wilson, there is certainly one name missing, and it's yours. Congratulations on your induction, Pat. Welcome to the York Sport Hall of Fame.